A washing machine can leave your clothes smelling worse than when they went in. And that problem became serious enough to trigger a 9-year class action fight involving millions of front-load washer owners. And that's just the beginning. Because these 7 appliances can look like smart upgrades in the showroom, while hiding a design compromise that only becomes obvious after you've spent the money. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to check before buying each one. And more importantly, which compromise you may be better off avoiding. Why these appliances make the list. This isn't a list of appliances that simply break. Every appliance eventually needs maintenance. The problem is when the thing you love about an appliance is directly connected to the thing that makes it frustrating to own. A beautiful design that fights basic airflow. A quiet appliance that stays damp longer. A space-saving machine that takes twice as long to do its job. Or a smart appliance that adds another layer of technology that can fail. And we're not basing this purely on angry reviews. Real-world service data matters. One appliance retailer, Yale Appliance, analyzed more than 33,000 service calls in 2025 and found that roughly 1 in 10 new appliances required service during the first year. So let's start with the regret that's probably familiar to anyone who's ever opened a washing machine and wondered, why does this smell? 1. Front-load washing machines. A front-load washer can save water, treat clothes gently, and look like the premium choice until your clean laundry starts coming out smelling musty. The seduction. They're efficient. They stack beautifully. They use less water, spin clothes harder, and often look more sophisticated than the basic top loader sitting next to them. So the upgrade seems obvious. The reality. The problem is the door seal. That big rubber gasket has folds designed to keep water inside the machine. But after the cycle ends, those folds can stay damp. Add detergent residue, lint, and organic material, close the door, and you've created a tiny, dark environment where unpleasant odors can develop. This wasn't just an internet complaint. Certain Whirlpool-manufactured front-load machines became the subject of lawsuits alleging mold, mildew, and foul odors, eventually leading to settlements after years of litigation. Settlement notices went to approximately 5.5 million owners of affected Whirlpool, Maytag, and Kenmore machines. The mechanical flaw. Here's the counterintuitive part. The machine doesn't need to be dirty for the gasket to become a problem. The seal is doing exactly what it's designed to do: hold moisture in. The fix. If you want a front loader, don't automatically walk away from the category. Look for newer designs with better ventilation and door opening features. And make 3 habits non-negotiable. Remove clothes promptly, leave the door cracked open, and periodically clean the gasket and run the manufacturer's maintenance cycle. If you absolutely hate maintenance, a good high-efficiency top loader may simply be the less annoying choice. 2. Recirculating downdraft range vents. This is the appliance that can make a $10,000 kitchen look incredible, while doing a surprisingly poor job at one of its most important jobs. The seduction. The vent disappears into the countertop. No giant hood hanging over your beautiful island. Clean sightlines. Modern kitchen. Pinterest perfection. The reality. Then you cook bacon, or sear a steak, or fry onions, and suddenly the kitchen smells like the restaurant kitchen you were trying to avoid. The mechanical flaw. Here's the problem. Smoke and hot cooking air naturally want to rise. A downdraft system is asking that rising air to change direction and get pulled sideways and downward, into a relatively small capture area. An overhead hood doesn't have to fight that same upward movement. And with powerful gas burners, downdraft airflow can also interfere with the flame pattern. The financial trap. A recirculating system makes the compromise even bigger because it doesn't send the contaminated air outside. It filters some of it and sends the air right back into the kitchen. So you can end up paying for an attractive ventilation system and later paying again to improve ventilation. The fix. If ventilation performance matters, prioritize a properly sized overhead hood with exterior ducting. Don't buy ventilation based on how invisible it is. Buy it based on where the smoke actually wants to go. 3. Ultra-quiet built-in dishwashers. Here's one of the sneakiest buying traps. Assuming the quieter the dishwasher, the better the dishwasher. The seduction. The sales pitch is simple. Whisper quiet. Library quiet. 42 decibels. And because nobody wants a dishwasher roaring while they're watching television, the lower number feels like a quality upgrade. The reality. But months later, you may notice something completely different. You open the door and get hit with that damp, moldy smell. The mechanical flaw. The same insulation and sealing that help reduce noise can also mean moisture doesn't disappear as quickly. In a dishwasher is basically a warm, wet box that spends a lot of its life closed. If moisture remains around the door gasket, filters or hidden areas, odors can develop. This is why a quiet dishwasher isn't automatically a better-built dishwasher. The financial trap. The ownership cost isn't necessarily one giant repair bill, it's maintenance. Filters need regular cleaning. Door seals need attention. And if your dishwasher doesn't automatically vent or open at the end of the cycle, you may need to manage moisture yourself. The fix. Don't shop by decibel rating alone. Look for a stainless steel tub, a good filtration system, and where available, automatic door opening or ventilation. And remember, the quietest dishwasher on the showroom floor isn't necessarily the one you'll enjoy owning 5 years from now. Industry secret number 1. Here's something appliance shoppers don't hear enough. Real-world service data can completely overturn the worst brand rankings you see online. Yale's 2026 analysis found that reliability depends heavily on the appliance category and actual service experience, not simply the badge on the front. 4. All-in-one ventless washer-dryer combos. The dream is brilliant. One machine, no dryer vent, half the floor space, put clothes in once and walk away. The seduction. For apartments, small homes, and tight laundry rooms, this sounds almost perfect. And modern heat pump combos really can offer impressive efficiency and installation flexibility. For example, current GE profile models use ventless heat pump drying and require no dryer exhaust vent. The reality. The frustration comes when expectations don't match physics. Drying clothes takes energy and airflow. A traditional vented dryer aggressively moves warm, moist air outside. A ventless system has to remove that moisture inside the machine. That can make drying slower and more sensitive to load size, lint, and maintenance. The mechanical flaw. Think about a wet towel. Washing it is relatively straightforward. Drying it means removing all that water. And in a ventless machine, you're not simply throwing that moisture outside. You're repeatedly circulating air through a system designed to capture and remove the moisture. More laundry means more moisture. More moisture means more work. The financial trap. The machine may save space, but you can pay for that convenience with longer cycles and more complicated hardware. and a high-end combo can easily cost around $2,000 or more. The fix. If you have the room, a separate washer and dryer remains the simpler solution. If you don't, choose a modern heat pump design and follow its load size and filter cleaning instructions closely. Don't assume that because the washer can handle a huge load, the dryer can dry that same load equally quickly. 5. Smart/Wi-Fi connected appliances. This one sounds futuristic until you realize you're paying extra for a second computer inside your washing machine. The seduction remote controls, notifications, voice assistants, diagnostics, a refrigerator that tells you what you're running out of. It sounds like progress, the reality. But Wi-Fi adds another layer between you and a basic appliance function. And the reliability data is worth paying attention to. J.D. Power's 2025 U.S. Appliance Reliability and Service Study found connected washers, dryers, dishwashers, refrigerators, and cooking appliances average 87 problems per 100 appliances, compared with 63 per 100 for appliances without connectivity. That's roughly a 38% higher problem rate for connected models. The mechanical flaw. The compressor doesn't suddenly become worse because your refrigerator has Wi-Fi. The problem is that you've added another failure surface, a circuit board, a wireless module, software, an app, and potentially a cloud service. The financial trap. There's another problem nobody thinks about when buying the appliance. Your refrigerator might last 10 years. Will the app? Will the server? Will the company still support every feature? If a cloud-dependent feature disappears, your physical appliance can remain perfectly functional while something you paid for becomes useless. The fix. If the smart feature genuinely solves a problem for you, fine. But before paying extra, ask one question. Would I still buy this appliance if the Wi-Fi stopped working tomorrow? If the answer is no, you're buying the software as much as the appliance. Industry secret number 2. Connected appliances averaged 87 problems per 100 units versus 63 for non-connected models. That's not proof that every smart appliance is unreliable, but it absolutely destroys the assumption that adding technology automatically makes an appliance better. 6. Counter-depth refrigerators. This is the appliance people buy for the kitchen they want, and sometimes regret when they actually have to use it. The seduction. It sits almost flush with the cabinets. The kitchen looks cleaner, more expensive, more custom. And suddenly, your refrigerator looks like it belongs in the cabinetry instead of sticking out into the room. The reality. Then Thanksgiving arrives. You have leftovers, a turkey, drinks, a giant casserole dish, and suddenly you're playing refrigerator Tetris. The mechanical flaw. Counter depth means exactly what it sounds like, less depth. Manufacturers can compensate somewhat by making refrigerators wider or taller, but you can't magically recover all the space you've removed. Typical counter-depth refrigerators are shallower than standard depth models, and capacity ranges commonly overlap around 15 to 25 cubic feet, while standard depth units can reach higher capacities. The financial trap. And here's the painful part. You're often paying more for the refrigerator that holds less. You're essentially paying a design premium to surrender interior depth. The fix. If your kitchen has no clearance problem, don't choose counter depth automatically. Measure the actual space. Measure door swing. Measure interior capacity. And if a few inches of refrigerator overhang aren't going to ruin your kitchen, That extra storage may be worth far more than the sleek appearance. 7. Built-in/rear vented beverage and wine fridges. This may be the most expensive mistake on this list because the appliance can be installed exactly where it looks like it belongs and still be installed incorrectly. The seduction. A sleek beverage fridge under the island, a wine cooler built into the bar, a row of cold drinks hidden neatly inside the cabinetry. It looks like a luxury upgrade. The reality. Then the compressor starts running constantly. The cabinet gets warm, the drinks don't seem quite as cold, and eventually the refrigerator stops cooperating. The mechanical flaw. Here's the simple physics. A refrigerator doesn't create cold from nothing. It moves heat from inside the cabinet to somewhere else. If the compressor is exhausting that heat through the rear of the appliance, it needs somewhere for that heat to go. Put that appliance into a tight cabinet without the required ventilation, and you're surrounding the heat-producing equipment with more heat. The financial trap. And this is where installation becomes part of reliability. A unit can physically fit into a cabinet opening without being designed to operate safely inside a sealed cabinet. That distinction matters. If inadequate ventilation causes excessive heat and compressor stress, the money you thought you saved on installation can become a repair or replacement bill. The fix looks specifically for a front-vented, true built-in model when the appliance will be enclosed. If the model is rear-vented, follow the manufacturer's required clearance and ventilation instructions exactly. Don't trust the cabinet opening alone. And never assume that because an appliance looks beautiful, built into a cabinet in a photograph, the model is actually engineered for that installation. That's the detail I would check before spending $1. So before you buy, here's your 7-point regret checklist. Number 1, front load washer. Make sure you're willing to manage moisture and gasket maintenance. Number 2, downdraft ventilation. Remember that smoke wants to rise. Number 3, ultra quiet dishwasher. Look at moisture management, filtration, and tub construction. Number 4, ventless washer-dryer combo. Space saving doesn't mean physics disappears. Number 5, smart appliance. You're adding electronics and software to something that used to have a much simpler job. Number 6, counter-depth refrigerator. That beautiful flush appearance costs interior space. And number 7, built-in beverage or wine fridge. Because fits in the cabinet is not the same thing as safe to enclose. The bigger lesson is that appliance regret usually doesn't start with a dramatic failure. It starts with a compromise you didn't know you were buying. A little less ventilation, a little more moisture, a little less capacity, a few extra electronic components, and sometimes those little compromises become very expensive. So I'm curious, which one of these appliances do you already own? And if you've had a completely different experience, tell me that too. Because real homeowners are often better at exposing the problems hidden behind an appliances marketing than the marketing department is. I read the comments, and your experience may help someone else avoid an expensive mistake.